All right. Well, we tried that. We have Scotti here. I'm going to go back to my email and download that song because we are going to play that song. So we're going to switch this up just a little bit and wish I would have renamed these. Sorry about that, Scotti. We're going to give you a song. We're going to give you a taste of Scotty's music before we talk to him. And we are going to play Worth Fighting For while we go hunt for Never Surrender.
Motorcycle wheels and highway dust, and the meaning of in God we trust. Faded tattoos of the stars and stripes, and the courage to stand and fight.
right, all right, all right. Well, we got that one to work and it was worth it. I was wondering about that. I knew that if I just tried to play them through another app, the sound quality would not be good. And I was wondering, we have the fastest internet, but we're also in like a historical building downtown. So there's probably some sort of something going on with our internet right now. It's not wanting to load those videos. So I'll have to try it when I'm not live and see if I can get it to work and see if there is something that I can do to fix it so that it will work, because that's like, obviously we would rather do that.
Yeah, having them downloaded, I think, is the secret sauce. Yeah.
Oh, I have them downloaded and they're cute in the studio. They just were lagging. It was
okay. It's all good. Just good to be here.
It could be my computer too, because like I said, I've been doing an insane amount of work and I've had it now for like 3 years. And just this last week, it started doing the freezing up and
The beach ball death.
I've managed to shut down the entire server twice this week, which is kind of, I was like, wow, that's an accomplishment. Not one you really want to accomplish, but it's quite the thing if you can knock down an entire server trying to build a website. Thank you for joining us. How long have you been performing as a songwriter?
I've been performing since I was a teenager, and now I am on the other side of 40 very comfortably. And I've been performing since I was a kid. I'm from somewhere out west. And when I started out in those early days, I played in bands and sang and had toured the West Coast and that kind of side of the country quite a few times, even before my early 20s, before I joined the Marine Corps, and did my time there for a decade. And now I'm here in Texas for the last 20 years, absolutely loving it, and loving this great state, and carving out a little career in music and trying to bring some light in the darkness with my message and my music.
Yeah, I read your bio on your site. It says you have a vintage Gibson Les Paul and you and your guitar are on a soul-searching road to redemption. It was awesome.
I am definitely a guy that is impressed by some of the classic style of things, the old early days of Johnny Cash and Elvis Presley and those guys. And I have an affinity for some of the vintage, for some of the 60s and the 50s and those old classic instruments and that kind of stuff. So
it makes a huge difference. Like the guitar definitely makes a huge difference in the sound. We have a teenage son that has a heavy metal band, and he has this guitar that he's been using, and that wow, the banger bar, like it's just the whole guitar sounds like
the whammy bar. Yeah. Gotta have it.
And then, but it's like, that's the whole song. And then his dad got him this pink, like it's an older guitar. And I was like, wow, they sound really good. Like, it's not so much of that screaming of the strings.
Right. Yeah. There's depending on the guitar, there's so much you can do to them. I do love the old vintage Gibsons. And lately, I've been very blessed to have a guitar luthier work with me that's been, for the electric guitars, building some custom guitars for me that I use when I do the full electric shows. But yeah, a lot of the acoustic guitar on those songs of mine, those releases, that's an old Gibson J45. Same thing that a lot of country and rock artists sought after and like to use for those old classic, really warm, big, full, warm sounds. I love it.
And then getting different ones in there together too. Music is just so amazing. What originally inspired you to start writing songs of your own and putting them out there?
Well, I think for those of us that are songwriters, I probably speak for a lot of us. A lot of us are storytellers, and I will say this, that I feel that every person has a story. Every person that you meet is fighting some sort of battle, You know, we all have our challenges, our ups and downs, our highs and lows, and everyone has a story. And I think, you know, all those stories matter. And I hope people watching this realize that their story, whatever their walk through life, matters. It makes the world spin around. And someone can grab a guitar or an instrument and spin that into music and make that into a song. I just think it's so great. I've been writing these songs and trying to tell my story and stories that I experienced since I was a teenager. The main thing that really hit for this solo thing that I'm doing right now is after my combat tour in the Middle East with the Marine Corps. You know, I was changed dramatically by those very visceral and graphic experiences. And, you know, I know what it's like to come home and feel alone and feel voiceless. So when those nightmares would come for me, a lot of my songs come at 3 o'clock in the morning after nightmares about the war. I brought that home with me. And instead of going to the bottle, I grab the guitar and I try and digest and process those experiences and those feelings with music. And I'm starting to find that even though a lot of mine is begun in my service, that those stories of that hell and back journey and those stories and experiences seem to cross over to everybody that I seem to meet. You know, we've all been to hell and back, you know, and it's a blessing to be able to give back with music.
It's insane how many people in our current world have similar symptoms of a veteran who has experienced war. And
Absolutely.
It's the conquer and the divide. And it's us also, you know, you were telling how people are like currently living out their story, and their stories are important. And to go and further that is their stories are not over. So don't judge the chapter that you saw, because if you read the whole book, those people have done some incredible things because they had, you know, someone who believed in them. So
very well said. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I know that you said I had it in my notes. You went over it. Your mission is to inspire others to never surrender and offer hope in the battles. And really, that's all we can do is just help each other get home.
And I think, you know, whether someone's a veteran or not, for me, it comes from my veteran story. But there's so many people that, you know, I like to say, you know, maybe one day the story of your life might be someone else's guide to survive. It's a lyric line of mine that's coming out in a new song soon. But, you know, I want to tell that to people that, you know, whatever you're going through, I mean, maybe someone's watching you and your story matters so much. Maybe your story of those hardships and how you battled through and how music was there for you, you know, maybe that's going to be someone else's survival guide, you know?
It is. I mean, I can tell you that your blessings are in your struggles. It's either saving you for something or preparing you for something. It's doing something. But
well said.
It's definitely there for a reason. So rock, spirit, country, soul, I can definitely relate to that. I tell everybody I am a rebel, but I have roots. My roots are strong, very, very strong. Let's listen to the song that we tried to listen to on the way in. But I want to hear, well, I guess, you know, kind of telling your story, you kind of told the story behind it, but is there more you want to tell about the song Never Surrender?
So Never Surrender is a song I wrote as a kind of a rally point, as my battle cry against the suicide epidemic and the epidemic of PTSD. A lot of it in the veteran community, but I know that all people struggle through hardships, and suicide is so tragic. I mean, it doesn't matter where you got that depression and anxiety from, as far as whether it was, you know, overseas or at home or whatever trauma. What matters is trying to help people through that trauma. And I wrote this song as a rally cry with that trauma in mind. And I want people to sing the chorus in their head. I will never surrender on this life, when they're feeling down, when they feel those struggles, in a way to maybe get them to say it over enough to believe it and to never give up on life and to realize that this world is a better place with them in it.
So dyslexia, I was meaning to tell you that that song was the only one that you didn't send me on MP3. But I'm going to try to see if it'll play. And if it does, we're going to roll with it. If not, then we will shoot with red, white, and blue. Fingers crossed. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Dang it, man. All right. Well, you guys are going to have to go find that song. His website is right down there on the bottom, scottifraser.com. Go stream it. We are going to listen to American Made.
When he feels like he's back
I said, I love the little keys at the end as you're exiting out of there.
That's a
You're
Hammond
working.
organ. Yeah,
It's a what?
An old Hammond organ. They used to have them in churches back in the old days. Yeah.
It's not. It's just a nice exit. Like you thought it was over, but you just got a little taste of that
Put a
lingering.
little trail on it. Yeah.
You're working with a Grammy-nominated producer and engineer. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I am very, very blessed that about 2 years ago, I was taken under the wing of Kevin Bomar, who works out of Houston. And it's an absolute honor to work with him. He's a multi-instrumentalist. And when there's strings on my songs, he, coordinates that and plays keyboards, Hammond, electric guitar, bass, drums, everything beautifully. And has really been, my sensei with vocal coaching. So very, very blessed with that. He's done sound, like live sound for George Strait, and even worked with like Thin Lizzy, old English hard rock band, Foghat, Doug Supernaw, who was really popular back in the 90s, and just a long list of those guys. So I'm very, very blessed to be working with him. Nice.
Well, it is definitely working out. Like there's so many like different layers in your music. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So we did that. I did the backwards thing again. I should have quit working on those directories probably about 30 minutes before I did, so my brain could just slow down. Because when you're sitting there doing graphics, it's a lot.
All good, my friend.
Who would you say influenced your style as a songwriter?
Well, I would say just the first thing I would want to say is my lyrical content was definitely inspired by the men and women that I served with in the U.S. Armed Forces. The passion for service, the passion for doing things for other people, the passion for working through hardship, working when you're tired, not giving up. That type of thing was really a lot of the inspiration. I would say, as far as song crafting, I really love, I've always gravitated to the larger than life characters. People like Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, and more modern day people like Aerosmith and Kiss, people that want to lift something to as far as they can go with it. So it's a lot of that. I love a lot of bands. I really dig Blackberry Smoke. And a lot of the Black Crowes stuff, a lot of that stuff coming out of Georgia, that's that country and rock and roll. I definitely love those early Springsteen and Tom Petty records that kind of blended a lot of that Americana and rock and roll very, very much. So
I can definitely rock with some Tom Petty. I think he's a legend a lot of people look up to. As far as music anyway.
Right.
They say not only can you hear the stories in the songs, but you can really visualize them with your storytelling style. And I agree. You have been performing for troops. Tell us about the Nashville Songwriter Rounds.
So I've bounced back to Nashville quite a bit this last year, and it's a quick flight, and I love doing it. So I've been doing some songwriter rounds and some solitary, some solo performances there. But I was just, kind of tooting my own horn here, but I was just told that I could be welcome to be an honorary member at the Commodore Grill, which is kind of like a sister venue to the Bluebird in Nashville, to the best of my knowledge. And that was a really special event. I sat on a really great stage with great sound at a really great venue, and sat on a stool, and with three other performers, and the four of us took turns telling the story about the song, performing the song. And it was kind of funny because, you know, in Nashville, you sit on a stool and you do your thing. And I was so excited. I had to push the stool back and I stood up and I performed my songs standing up because I was so excited to be there. It was a lot of fun. It was a really, really great experience.
That's kind of how we do our monthly shows, our songwriter contest, the qualifying rounds.
I absolutely got to get up there to your event, and I will in 2026. That's my year, and we're going to get up there and do it. So
we're super excited about this year, man. It's been such an amazing blessing to just see all of these young artists take off the way they have. It's been beautiful to be a part of being able to bless others. That's like really what we're here for, I think.
Yeah.
You play a lot of festivals. You do a lot of national anthems at patriotic events. All of his booking information is on his site. What else do we have here? What do you have? What are some of the festivals that you have performed at?
I just did something around my hometown called the League City Music Festival. League City is a really big, nice suburb on the edge of Houston, and y'all are up in Dallas-Fort Worth, so you know how big Houston is. You know, kind of like y'all. That was cool to be on a big stage there. I've done it 3 years now, and this year I'll be at the Backing the Brave Festival in 2 weeks. Out in the country in Magnolia, in that part of Texas. And that'll be really, really rewarding. I was able to help them book a number of my veteran musician friends throughout Texas and performed for them last year. And just love doing those kinds of things and have performed, for the Coast Guard, for the Air Force, for the Army down on the border. And I love doing stuff for the USO. The USO is a very special place in my heart. They were very good to me and welcomed me home when I came home from my combat deployment. So it's an honor to do shows for the USO around this area and give back.
It's awesome when you get to go and perform, but it's even better when you get to bring friends, for sure.
Heck yeah.
It's like everybody says our events are like a little family reunion, and it's pretty true, you know, because you guys are all lone wolves out doing the same thing on a different stage, and then, you know, you get an event where you can all get together. It is kind of like a family reunion.
I love it.
Let's talk about your song Red, White, and Blue.
All right. Well, Red, White, and Blue is a very special song of mine. It just pulls no punches. It's very, cut and dry, just love of country, love of service, love of this great place of democracy and freedom that we live in. And I just wanted to say something very special about that red, white, and blue. That red, white, and blue that is tattooed on my heart and is also tattooed on my arm. I think a lot of us who enjoy your radio station and country music, that red, white, and blue is tattooed on our hearts. So I wrote this song that was really, I tried to make it kind of a visual storytelling kind of thing, like we talked about. And it's about this girl that travels the country, and she has her flag with her, and she takes the flag to all these places around the country. And I try to give some visual pictures of the New York skyline, the Texas countryside, the Colorado mountains, and the clubs of Sunset Strip, Los Angeles. And I think as you get kind of to the end of the song, you figure out what I'm singing about really is Old Glory, the flag, specifically herself, Lady Liberty.
Heck yeah. Well, we're going to give it a listen. This is Red, White, and Blue.
Seen in Carolina, dancing on the sand. She's a star that's slipping through my hands, like the ones that fell on Alabama. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She'll get you high as the Colorado skies, and she shines like those New York City lights. As tough as Texas, and brother, she just might knock you to the ground if you start a fight. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She'll wait there in the harbor, holding up her light. She'll bring a fallen soldier home underneath her stripes. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She's red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. She's my kind of girl, 'cause she's red, white, and blue. She's red, white, and blue.
That's definitely a creative song. I loved it.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
loved it.
Thank you so much.
I've heard it before. Y'all got to stream that one or two or three times this week for us.
Thank you.
So we have your website spinning at the bottom. Y'all can check that out. Where else can they find you?
Folks can find me under the Scotti Fraser Band name at TikTok, X, Instagram, and Facebook.
And you have merch in your store? Do you have?
I do. I got some T-shirts, all different kinds of things, sweatshirts, and we're going to add hats and coffee mugs, and we always have. I always have merch at the shows specifically, but constantly adding more merch. But there's sweatshirts and hoodies and different types of T-shirts and kids' shirts and girls' shirts and all that good stuff.
So some people do this and some people don't. Do you have merch that is exclusive that they can only find at your shows?
Yes. At my shows, you'll find the same merch, the designs on the front. And on the back, I have a message that says, "The world is a better place with you in it." And those shirts with that message on the back, you'll find at the live shows.
Nice. Nice touch.
Yeah.
Out of all of your songs, what would you say is your favorite?
Wow. Out of all my songs, I would say one of my favorites is Tattoos and Battle Scars. That's kind of a butt kicker, rock and roller side of me on that one. And that song, Tattoos and Battle Scars, is just really my story about, just the hardship and service in the Marine Corps and my time in Iraq and the Middle East overseas, and how those tattoos and battle scars on your body and on your heart tell your story. I really enjoy that one. That one was fun to write and record. But another one that's really special to me is a song called "Do or Die," and "Do or Die" is a song that I wrote in my head, actually in Baghdad, in between battles, in a burnt out house that our unit had taken over, our infantry unit had taken over, as the city burned. And I had that last cigarette back when I used to smoke. And kids, smoking's bad for you. Don't do it, especially if you're in Iraq. And that's my little public service announcement. But as the city burned and gunfire erupted everywhere all around me, I had this thought in my head, and it was kind of the Marines motto and a lot of the military motto of, we say semper fi, do or die. And it's really a song for anyone who's kind of accepted their fate, going through a hard journey, and knowing even should I fall, that I've found peace within myself and I'm good with the sacrifice. And that's how that song came about. So.
Well, that's the song we were getting ready to play next. Is there any last messages you would like to put out to the world?
I would like to tell your listeners one thing specifically, is that it's a hard world out there. And my mission in music is to tell people that they matter. And I want people to know they matter. And I hope they hear that in the lyrics of the songs. That's what my mission in music is to bring hope and to bring light in the darkness. You matter. Your story matters. And the world is a lesser place without you. So keep up the fight. Be good to each other. And final public service announcement. I implore you, my friends, turn off the news. Turn off that kind of TV stuff. It's a real quick, definitive way to get your heart broken. I implore you to listen to Texas Brew Radio. Put on some good music. Listen to what she's doing here with music, and put on some music that can uplift us and unite us in this time of challenge. What we need is just more music and more hope.
I literally live with someone who loves to watch the news. If I watch it for too long, it starts to give me a headache. I personally stopped watching that stuff like back in 2006 because it was like it's really toxic. I feel that they just give people ideas and they're telling them that they can get away with it. It's insane what we've grown up watching, and we all know where our roots are. We have conviction that tells us that. So
I totally respect somebody wanting to know what's going on, but from my perspective, as a guy who served in the Marines in combat, that was my contribution. that was me trying to do my part to make a difference in the world. My intention in joining the Marine Corps was to help people and to do something positive for people, to bring freedom to an oppressed and abused people. But right now, there's not much else. I mean, unless I go get a law degree and become a politician, there's not a ton I can do on that spectrum. So what I try and do is to maybe change the world by putting smiles on people's faces and giving hope through music. That's just what I do, you know?
Right. And I think as a collective, we've been taught to not really care so much about our feelings, but worry about other people's feelings. And psychology and what they know today tells you that's completely opposite. You cannot even, as my pastor says, you cannot determine whether your children are saved or not. No matter how many times you take them to Sunday school, no matter how many times. And just like on the airplane, they tell you if you don't save yourself first, you can't save anybody else.
You got to put on your own mask first. That's a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up.
You have to, you know, I mean, believe in the book or not, you have to wake up in the morning and give yourself peace so you can wake up in the morning.
Well, I'm with you 110% on that. I'm a man of faith, and I'm very proud that on Sundays when I'm not having late night, Saturday night gigs, or I'm not on the road or whatever, I'm at a really great church here in Houston, Texas, playing electric guitar in the church band, and that's very rewarding for me. But I totally agree with you. You know, it's just music is so healing and so good. Man, we live in a crazy world. We live in crazy times. And if I succumbed to all that, I don't know, I'd jump off a bridge or go crazy. So I dive into the music. I turn off the TV. I put the bottle down. And that's what works for me, is go into music. And I'm so invigorated that after every show, and I get tons of emails and Facebook messages of people saying, hey, you know, like I was having a rough time and I listened to your songs and it gave me hope to fight another day. And that's worth everything to me.
Doesn't it seem like those messages come in the moments that you need them to come? Like they're not just happening all the time. They're random and they seem to be at the necessary time. And it works both ways, the healing. It's awesome.
Absolutely. You know, like I'm not the guy that's got all the answers. I'm not the never surrender guy that's got all the answers. I'm broken just like everybody else. And you know, I write these songs to lift up other people so they don't feel alone and heartbroken like I felt when I came off my combat time. And then sometimes I'm having a down time. I'm having struggles. I'm having emotional time. And I'll get a message from someone thanking me for the song. And that just lifts me up and it pulls me out of my funk. So the people that listen to the music and the fans, they make my life better just as much as hopefully my songs make their life better. It's very.
And I did want to add on you saying that if they woke up today that they were a blessing, like literally it's a fact. And I think that, you know, because most of the people that we're around also wake up, we take that for granted, but there are 150,000 people a day who do not. 150,000 people in this world expire every day, and you didn't. Right. So that is a blessing. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Scotti, for joining us. ScottiFraser.com. Thank you, True TV. If you're listening from True TV, make sure you give us a follow on Texas Brew Radio, Texas State Songwriters, and the official Texas Directory. We are going to listen to Do or Die. And you can use this message and translate it any way you want to, but you're either going to do it or you're going to die trying. Just do it.
And for you know, I just want to say on that too, like that is a military motto, do or die. It's about doing the hard work and making the sacrifice and going into a challenging time and accepting the repercussions to if you fall. But it's not just about dying physically. It's about sometimes, like if we give up on our dreams, we die emotionally, we die in our heart. So it's really about that whole spectrum. And I just hope people listen to it, hear my story of what I saw and felt in Baghdad. And maybe it can inspire someone to have that do or die, fight for life and never give up on the dreams in their heart.
I want to thank you for your time. And I also want to thank you for your courage and bravery and the work that it took for you to be able to get to a point where you were able to put that in a song and share it with the world. I personally have experiences that tell me what you've been through to get to where you're at. And I want to congratulate you on that. And thank you for
not being afraid to be vulnerable. Yeah. Right.
It truly is.
Because everyone you meet in life is fighting a battle.
Not being afraid to be vulnerable, having proper boundaries, and being persistent and consistent. No matter what you're doing, as long as you keep doing it and you're consistent at it, eventually you will figure it out.
Right. Absolutely.
Have a great week, y'all. This is Do or Die, Scotti Fraser. We'll see you next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Semper Fi and God bless.
Listening to my heartbeat pound as daylight fades away. A haunting old familiar sound. The guns go silent and I pray. I'm reading all your letters. I can't get you off my mind. Smoke the day's last cigarette. Thankful I'm alive. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Helmet for my pillow. I rest on broken glass. Only heaven knows how long can this all last. I lived another day, but trouble's all around. The guns have fallen silent tonight, but the silence is so loud. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. I look up at the stars. Through smoke I see the moon. And I wonder where you are at home tonight. If you can see it too. Another burning city lights the fires in the night. I lie to myself and say that I'm not afraid to die. This war is taking me so far from you. And if we meet again, I'll hold you close and never let you go. But until then, mine's not to wonder why. to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die.